We are the generation that has a lot on their plate. Wars, conflicts, violence. And good or bad news, but we have to stop all this mess. But to stop this chaos, we need to change the approach of how we look at the world, how we look at the people around us, and first of all, how we look at ourselves. My name is Nastya. I'm a psychologist. I'm researching for collective trauma, collective dynamics, and processes. And here we are. Have you ever asked yourself, why does it happen? What are the reasons and what are the causes of what is going on with the world right now? And if you answer to these questions, politicians or politics are the problem of it. So let's figure out it together. So we start with the definition, what politics is. In my point of view, politics, it is a strategy that governments try to advance and to implement. So politics is full of rules and laws. Each country has its own rules and laws that are based on their values and of the world perception of the country. So I believe that we can compare country to a human being, because every person has its own values, every person has their own world perception of what's good and what's bad, what's appropriate and what is not appropriate. But I have a question. How these values are formed, how this world perception is formed. So why do people have different values, and why do countries have different values? Why does someone believe that violence toward a child is something normal and something fine, while the other will see and consider this something bad? Where do these beliefs and world perceptions and values come from? And if someone right now will say it's from the childhood, they will be absolutely right. Our beliefs, our world perceptions, and our values are formed in our family. And families sometimes can be really traumatized. So what do I mean? If, for example, my mom had raised in really violent family, her parents physically assaulted her, she would probably bring me up the same way. It's really obvious that my mom, with this background, with this violence background, would see the world really different from the woman who was raised up in really caring and loving family, and it is the fact. Well, let's look at less obvious example. Imagine a classroom. There is you and there is me in this classroom. You are a really open-minded person. You always ask questions, and what's most important, you're not afraid to ask them. You're not afraid to look stupid. So why? Because I believe your parents support you, your parents encourage you. There is me in this classroom, really gloomy girl, really reserved one, who always rolls her eyes up when you make a mistake or when you don't know something. And I will hate you. I believe that I will hate you. Why? Because I'm so jealous of you, because my parents, they don't encourage me. My parents shame me for not knowing something since my childhood, since I was a child, really little one. I will be jealous so much of you, because I also want caring parents, I also want loving family, but I believe that I don't deserve it. It will be really difficult for both of us to find a point of agreement, because first of all, we need to deal with our emotions. Why do I feel jealous of you? Why do I hate you? Because it's something about me. Everyone has its own history through which they look at the world around themselves, through which they look at the people around themselves, and what's most important, through which they look at themselves firstly. This history sometimes can be really traumatized, and it can take a toll on the whole life, on the whole world perception of the human being. So, and the same works with the countries. Each country has its own unique history that can be really traumatized. So the key to the peace is desire to understand another side, desire to understand the person next to me, the country next to me. Not judge, but try to think, why do this person, why do this country, why do this nation perceive words the way they do? and probably we will find the answer. So next video we're gonna talk about trauma and how does it work. So right now I have home assignment for you. Try for this week to observe the world around you, and first of all to observe your family. What is word perception of your family? What are their beliefs? Where do these beliefs come from? What was the reason this belief showed up? So, and see you in the next video.